Okay, Rob here with Market Website Design. I'm here to give you a quick overview on WordPress. Is it easy or not? So let's get started. You should be able to see my pointer on screen. Here it is here. We do have all our screens on a large zoom, so you should be able to see pretty much everything pretty clear that we will be talking about. So anyhow, we have created this blog here to kind of explain the truth about is WordPress easy or not? Because many people keep saying that it's super easy. You can go ahead and create a theme, template, download it, and you're up and running, and you have a beautiful website like all these websites that you see online and making thousands of dollars and blah, blah, blah. So we're going to tell you exactly how that really works, what doesn't work, and what kind of experience you actually need to create what you might have in mind. So here we go. Let me just start off by scrolling up and down on this page. We have created a blog here that kind of explains everything that I'm going to be talking about on this video. You can go back on this page and you will find it. It's called WordPress Easy or Not. And we're probably going to be adding a few other things after we're done with this video as well. But it pretty much covers what you guys really need to know when starting a business online using the WordPress platform. Okay, that being said, many of you are probably here because somebody told you, hey, go ahead and start something on WordPress, super easy, blah, blah, blah. All right, first off, you have to understand what WordPress really is. And I will start off by saying, I'm just going to cut to the chase here. It is not easy. It has a huge learning curve. Okay, unless you're the type of person that sits there and plays around at computers all the time and understands WordPress. Now, we're not talking about WordPress.com. We're talking about WordPress.org. This is what the website developers and website designers, graphic designers, everybody uses to create websites. WordPress.org has nothing to do with WordPress.com. That was WordPress.com is basically a blogging platform for the public. Now, the professional people that build websites on WordPress are using WordPress.org. I just wanted to make sure that everybody understands there's a difference between the two of them. Okay, here's some of the things that you're going to have to learn if you wanted to be a professional website designer on WordPress. We kind of have them listed here: hosting, HTML, CSS, PHP. I'm pointing to these things here. MySQL, plugins, custom code, graphic design, and lots more. That's just a little bit. Now, there's a whole bunch of stuff. Now, people will tell you, well, wait a minute. A friend of mine was able to go ahead and log in and create this and create that and blah, blah, blah. Okay, we're talking about people that have no experience at all. Some of the things that you're going to have to do to get to that point is you're going to have hosting, first of all, okay? You don't need to learn all this stuff here unless you really want to start doing some custom stuff and all that. But first of all, you're going to need a domain, you're going to need hosting, and you're going to need to know how to get around WordPress and plugins just to make something super, super simple. Now, is this website that you guys are going to be creating on WordPress, is it going to be similar to what you see out there in the world of websites making thousands of dollars? No, because this is your very first website. Keep in mind, if you're just doing this just to play around and learn, then that's totally fine. If somebody has told you to create this for your business and you should do this yourself, you should not do this. You should hire a professional to do this. First of all, I do want to say one thing. I got so many things on my mind, as you can probably tell, and it just makes somebody like me, I'm actually a trainer, just so upset over just a few things here. And we kind of put this down here. Um, we have no idea why people will say that web design is super easy, because it's really not. You have to learn all this stuff to be a professional website person, to design websites. There's no way that somebody can come in and just start creating beautiful websites with shopping carts and blah, blah, blah. No, those websites that you see online are professionally done, and they're either going to be done with WordPress, with an admin a full-time admin that takes care of everything every day to run this type of business online. Or it's not even going to be a WordPress website. It's going to be a custom PHP coded website that is running this multi-million dollar business that you guys see online. So there's a huge difference between people saying, go ahead and start something simple, just throw it up, blah, blah, blah. It depends how serious you are about your business. If you have a serious business that makes thousands of dollars every day, or a multi-million dollar business, no, you do not want to just create something out of the blue here and just throw it up and hopefully you know what you're doing. No, you need to hire somebody who knows what they are going to be doing, who works in WordPress every day and is a professional website person, a web designer, graphic designer. You're going to need a whole bunch of people and a full-time admin to run this type of website. Okay, I kind of got a few things off my chest there, but now let me just scroll down here because I kind of have them written down here. Now everybody says, what about all those TV ads that we basically see? People saying, hey, you can go ahead and get a website free, and you try to get it free, and then they tell you, well, it's actually $5 or a dollar here, or this and that. Now, is that going to be a WordPress website? No. They actually have their own platform. I'm not going to mention any names here, but they do have their own platform that is a whole different thing. Now you're probably asking yourself, well, that should be fine. That's what everybody else does. No, that is what they're offering for people who just need something simple. Now, is that what a professional business is actually using? No. Why don't you go ahead and check? If you guys know how to, if you have any experience, you will be able to find out what people are actually using, but you have to know how to check and understand and know what you're actually looking at. Now let's just go down the line here. We've written a few things like huge businesses. I'm not going to mention any names. We have here some, but a huge business that you go to the stores all the time. If you go to their website, are they using some cheap website? No, they are using a custom coded PHP website that costs thousands of dollars and has a full-time admin. And the same thing is happening with these shopping cart online businesses. Some of them are WordPress websites. Yes, they're custom coded WordPress websites that have a full-time admin and just a bunch of people taking care of one website. It's just the way things work. I mean, it's not some little simple thing that somebody threw up and it's making thousands of dollars every day. No. So as I keep going down my list here, we're going to talk about a few things, but I'm going to jump around here a bit. I'm going to scroll back up. I'm going to go over here really quick. Here's some of the things that you guys are going to need to learn if you're even trying to dabble in this. If you're trying to go into hosting, this is one of the hosting companies out there that is super famous. Again, I'm not going to mention any names, but you will probably recognize this if you have some kind of experience online. Okay, these are the things you will have to know how to do and get around in hosting. Huge list. As you can see, here is the features for domains, and I can just keep scrolling down. Database. I haven't even talked about database. You guys have to know what a database is if you're really trying to get into this kind of new business here. Okay, you're gonna have to learn all this stuff. Just a bunch of stuff. I mean, you can just see all this stuff here: shopping carts, e-commerce. You're gonna have to learn plugins, themes. You're gonna have to learn what to do when there's a problem. You're gonna have to understand why this does not work, why this, blah blah blah. So is WordPress easy? No, it's not. And then you're going to end up here, but I'll come back later to this page here. Here's plugins. These are plugins. If you've never heard of plugins and people just tell you you can download a plugin and it works, no, you have to know how to work with plugins. You have to have experience how to work with plugins. Okay, when you're here on this page here, you can go to themes. You're going to have to learn how to work with themes. I mean, there's just a whole bunch of stuff. Then we have hosting, different companies that you can choose on this. I mean, it goes on and on. Okay, back to WordPress. So let's say you did end up figuring out how to actually get into WordPress and install a theme. You're probably had so many problems on the way there because you've never done any of this. This is where you're actually going to end up. This is what people actually say that's super easy on WordPress, and it still isn't easy. You still need to know how to do this. This is the famous WordPress editor. It looks like a word editor. It basically has a whole bunch of buttons here. You can play around with the content. You could change the fonts. You could just, I'm going to click on a few things, the font family. I mean, you have all kinds of things here that you can just change. Images, upload images, all this stuff. But just to get to this point and to make sure that you've done things right, there's a whole bunch of other things that need to be done before this. Okay, so hopefully people understand what I'm trying to explain here, because I would say we have 80% of the people that actually contact us is because they've basically tried to do all this stuff and tried to configure everything and just end up with a huge mess. And they say, well, why does everybody say it's so easy? I have no idea. That's some kind of a myth that was started years ago when WordPress came out. I don't want to get into that when it came out and people switching from HTML to WordPress. WordPress, I will say, is HTML and PHP coded. Okay, so that right there in itself, you have to learn all that to actually customize it to be a professional web designer on WordPress. Okay, so I'm going to keep scrolling down here. Let me see what else I missed here. People say, well, if we wanted to have a WordPress website done, what does it entail here? Well, you could actually hire companies like ourselves, which will set everything up for you, and we call those turnkey websites or turnkey themes. You can download a theme. We have special packages that we do offer, and you're off and running. So what you could do is, if you guys try to actually do all this stuff and just ended up with a big huge mess, pulling your hair out, or you have a million questions, I told you so. It's just one of those things. You're going to need. I just want to say this, and hopefully I'm not making this video too boring, but anybody who works with WordPress needs to have at least 2 years experience of playing with this stuff every day. And I'm talking about images. I'm talking this big huge list here. You're going to need to play with all this stuff to be somewhat decent. All right, anybody who's going to hire you to work at a company, you're going to have 2 or 3 years experience and really know your craft and work with this stuff every day and out. All right, it's the only way. Okay, but if you're just trying to do this to try to get something up for your company and you have a full-time job running your business, then you shouldn't really be doing this. This is just going to drive you crazy, totally crazy. I haven't even talked about images. You're going to have to know how to do graphics, how to resize images, optimize images. If you mess up things on WordPress, one little thing will shut the whole website down. If you try to mess around with code or CSS, website is down. If you have no experience, all the work that you have done, you're basically going to be just saying, why is my website down? I'm locked out. You're going to be on the phone with techs, calling everybody, calling your hosting, a big huge mess. So what we have done, to make a long story short here, we created a simple package that we're going to do all the major hard stuff for you. You're going to choose a theme. We kind of lay out the price layout here, and all you have to do is go in and put your content and images in, and you're still going to have to watch a couple videos on that to try to understand how the WordPress editor works. Okay, so that would be here. We're going to get you to this point here on this package that I'm actually showing you. Where was it? Right here. This package here will get you to this part here, and you're going to be inside WordPress. You're going to log in, and you're just going to copy and paste all your content, and you're going to have to learn how to use this editor. It's not as easy as everybody says either. There's things you have to know. You can't just drop images in. You got to make sure that you're dropping in images in right. There's a border, there's a margin. You got to make sure you're doing your H1 tags, H2, H3. You got to learn SEO. There's things to learn in WordPress in order to get your website done correctly and get found on Google. Anybody can throw up a WordPress website and make a huge mess. Yeah, there's tons of those out there. But if you want a total, a really nice looking site, you're going to have to, let me just find one here if I have one up, and I don't think I have one up here. Let me see. If I go here, if you want something like this that has, let me just wait till this loads, something that's going to come up and have everything, all the slideshows and everything working right. uh, you're going to have experience to do this kind of work. So anyhow, back to what I was saying. Where are we here? Give me a second. Sorry, but I got too many screens open here. Hold on. Ah, jeez. Anyhow, so if you guys come into this right here, let me go back out for 1 second and go right into news and updates right here. If you guys end up on this page here, you go to news and updates, just like I clicked on it there. Kind of explains what you guys are in for. We talk about the whole TV thing where people are saying it's easy, what you should watch out for, what you can do, what you can't do. If you still think you guys can try and get somewhat to the correct spot where you need to be, you figured out hosting, this and that, and you really think you're going to be fine, then that's great. If you need help and you wanted to get to that one spot where we're just going to tell you to go ahead and run to input your content images in, and then you can start to really learn how the WordPress world works, then this package right here would be for you guys. It's super cheap, and you guys will be on your way, and you'll have something super nice, and then you'll have all the headaches out of the way. But if you're looking to learn shopping carts, that's another thing I didn't even talk about. Shopping carts is a whole nother thing. There's 3 major shopping carts that we use in WordPress. I'm not going to mention any names. You might see one on my screen there. It's there. But you just have to learn how to even do shopping carts. That's a whole nother training course there. You're going to have to watch video after video after videos, to understand how exactly shopping carts work. Now, what about those ones that you see online selling thousands of products in there? It could be a WordPress website, but if it is, it has a full-time admin running it, and those guys have a lot of experience. Nobody just threw that up and they have a beautiful shopping cart running, making thousands of dollars. No, it doesn't work like that. So anyhow, hopefully this all makes sense to everybody. The reason why we did this whole video is just because we get so many phone calls, and we just wanted to tell the truth, and we hope that this helps everybody. You can learn WordPress. Yes, you can on your own, and you could set up something super simple, and you're going to run into all kinds of problems. If you have the patience, go ahead and try it, do it. Great. Everybody has to learn, everybody has to start somewhere. But if you needed help, watch some of our training videos. We have lots of videos, and we can get you on a head start. Try using one of our turnkey theme packages, and that will get you way ahead of the game. So go to WordPress, easy or not, you'll find it on news and updates on our website, and we will see you guys on the next video. Okay, thanks for watching.